Okay, can I have a motion to resume the regular meeting of the Board of Ed? So moved. Roll call, please.
Mr. Yak? Yes. Mr. Carrillo? Yes. Mr. Oliver?
Yes.
Mr. Nunez? Mr. Griffin?
Yes.
Mr. Walter?
Yes.
Mr. Peak?
Yes.
Mr. Webster?
Yes. Would everyone please stand? Before we do the flag salute, I'd ask everybody to join me in a moment of silence for the news crew down in Southwest Virginia that was killed today tragically. Thank you. Flag salute. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
From my report, I just want to mention a couple of things. First, I want to thank the teachers, principals, staff, Barry Walter, Ken Pate, who assisted in the kindergarten orientation programs last week. We had a very good turnout, very enthusiastic group of kindergartners and parents. And also this year was a little interesting. We always ask of the parents how many are new to the school district, and usually there's more parents who are already involved in the school district than new parents. That wasn't the case this year. So we're going to have a whole new generation of children and parents that we haven't seen in our schools before. That's interesting, and I don't know whether that has something to do with the state of the economy or whatever, but there seems to be a lot of new folks moving into to Manchester who have children.
And if you saw the board out front, it's class of 2029.
Yeah, that's a good point. Also, Mary, Ken, and I, along with Dave Galveo, took a grand tour of all of the schools with the exception of Regional Day School to see what was going on with respect to all of the work related to the referendum. Obviously, there's a flurry of activity going on. I think most of what we had hoped to get accomplished, but not all, will get done, believe it or not, by the start of the school year. And Mr. Lorenzen will talk a little bit more about that in a moment. So with that, I will turn it over to Mr. Lorenzen.
If you don't know, first of all, Mr. Treadway apologizes for not being here. His mom passed away over the weekend, so he is out with his family today. So I will provide some information on his report. He's gave me a couple things, a couple statements to read, and then I'll provide you an update on a couple other things. Quickly on the school improvement project. Obviously, if you've been in the schools this summer, a tremendous amount of work has been done, not only with the project, but with our staff as well. The majority of the work this summer centered around roofing, lighting, security, plumbing, and electrical. Some HVAC work started, but the majority of that will happen over the next couple of months during the off hours once school's up and running, and then the balance of that will get complete at the end of next summer. I just want to thank our Buildings and Grounds Department for the work that they've done this summer. We've had a tremendous amount of our own projects in addition to the work that was going on, and obviously, all our staff that were in the buildings this summer, I want to, just take my hat off to you guys too, because look, when you have this much work going on in your schools, there's a lot of disruption, and we were all able to work around that and get through the summer. And like I said, we'll as we move forward, we'll continue this project until at some point we can no longer do any more work this year, and then the rest of the work will get done next summer. A couple items on the agenda. You'll see on the agenda we are approving our agreement with the township for our school resource officer in the high school. In addition to that, there are two recommendations on the agenda for our school security officers. These are new positions that were created at our high school. Through that process, there were several candidates that submitted applications for those two positions. Five candidates were recommended to the superintendent for interviews. The two gentlemen that we do have on the agenda for approval are both former police officers, have extensive experience They will be in the high school to assist the school resource officer. They will report to Mr. Adams, and they will not be armed. We believe their backgrounds will be essential to helping the safety in our schools. They will be primarily based out of the high school. However, if they are needed in other areas, we do have that ability to do that. So that is on the agenda tonight for approval. There's also a recommendation on the agenda tonight for Director of Curriculum. Myself, Mr. George, Ms. Swift, and Ms. Waldron were on the first committee for interviews. We interviewed 11 candidates for the position, 6 internal, 5 external. I have to say this, our internal candidates were all extremely impressive. We had a couple external candidates that were very impressive as well. We recommended 3 candidates to the superintendent for second interviews. 2 of them were internal, 1 was external. After those interviews were conducted, the committees all met again to have some discussion. And the recommendation from the superintendent on the agenda tonight will be Diane Pedroza for Director of Curriculum. A little bit on Diane, just so you're aware of who she is and a little bit of her background. Diane's got a bachelor's degree from Rutgers University, master's degree from Monmouth University. She's currently the principal here in Ridgeway and has been for the past 7 years. Before joining the district, she worked as an elementary teacher in private school for 5 years. Diane started in Manchester 15 years ago as a special ed reading language arts teacher in our middle school. After teaching at the middle school for 7 years, Diane was promoted to vice principal, where she also served as acting principal of the school. During her tenure in Manchester, Ms. Pedroza has demonstrated an excellent work ethic and is well respected by her staff and peers. Diane is extremely knowledgeable about curriculum issues, staff development, and special education. She's very enthusiastic for her new challenge, and her willingness to be a district curriculum leader is evident. I believe she's going to be an outstanding asset to our central office. So that is on the agenda for approval as well. We do have a couple of retirements on the agenda. Mr. Baxter is in the back there. This is going to be his last meeting with us. He is retiring as our current Director of Curriculum. Mr. Baxter has been with us 17 years, both as middle school principal and Director of Curriculum. In each position, Tom has demonstrated the outstanding work ethic and has been meticulous in his job. He's extremely loyal to the district and well respected by his colleagues and staff. He has been a valuable asset to central office staff, and to me personally, this is coming from Mr. Trethewey. I would like to take this opportunity to thank Tom for his outstanding service, congratulate him on an excellent career, and wish him good luck in his retirement. And then lastly, we have a couple others. Diane Farrell, she's been a child studies secretary in the district for 25 years. Mary Garner, physical therapist in regional day school for 25 years. And Zen Hack, who's leaving us for another position but has been here 8 years. The board would like to thank them for their years of service and their dedication to Manchester, and we wish them all well in retirement. And that's my report.
Do you have anything on our discussion? Are there any committee reports? Is there any public participation on agenda items only? Seeing none, is there any old business on the board? Any correspondence, Mr. Lorenzo?
I do have one piece of correspondence. I did receive a letter from a parent maybe a week ago requesting to their child opt out of park for 15, 16 months.
Okay, and I did see that. Okay, we're going to move on to section 1A minutes, 1 through 3. Can I have a motion, please?
Make a motion. Second.
Roll call, please.
Ms. Hudak?
Yes.
Ms. Carollo?
Yes.
Mr. Oliver? Mr. Diaz?
Yes.
Mr. Griffin?
Yes.
Ms. Walter?
Yes.
Mr. Peak?
Yes.
Mr. Webster?
Yes, Steve, the staff travel resolution. Need a motion?
Second.
Roll call. Ms. Hudak?
Yes.
Ms. Carollo? Mr. Oliver?
Yes.
Mr. Diaz?
Yes.
Mr. Griffin?
Yes.
Ms. Walter?
Yes.
Mr. Peak?
Yes.
Mr. Webster?
Yes, C, the Ocean County VOTEC School, resolution to approve the tuition agreement with them.
Second.
Just a comment. There are some of us that are on the board that remember when there was no charge coming from the county. We're now up to $79,000 a year that we're required to pay to them in order for our children to attend the OTEC program in this county.
Previously, our taxes covered it, but they decided now our taxes are not enough, so they want our taxes plus $59,000.
Yeah, just to give you an update, an idea on this. Last year, we paid $500 per student for mates in performing arts, and we did not pay anything for our part-time boat kids. This year, part-time boat kids are now $500, and our mates and performing arts students are now $1,000 tuition. So we went from paying $16,000 a year to $8,000.
Roll call, please.
Ms. Hudak?
Abstain.
Ms. Perillo?
Yes.
Mr. Oliver?
Yes.
Mr. Bermudez?
Yes.
Mr. Griffin?
Yes.
Mr. Walter?
Yes.
Mr. Pete?
Yes.
Mr. West?
Yes. D, the Ocean Academy lunch program incentive.
Second.
Roll call.
Ms. Hudak?
Yes.
Mr. Perillo? Mr. Oliver?
Yes.
Mr. Bermudez?
Yes.
Mr. Griffin?
Yes.
Mr. Walter?
Yes.
Mr. Pete?
Yes.
Mr. Webster?
Yes. E, the change order on the referendum project. So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Ms. Hudak?
Yes.
Mr. Perillo?
Yes.
Mr. Oliver?
Yes.
Mr. Bermudez?
Yes.
Mr. Griffin?
Yes.
Mr. Walter?
Yes.
Mr. Pete?
Yes.
Mr. Webster?
Yes. F, transportation, number 1. I'll move it.
Second.
Roll call.
Ms. Hudak?
Yes.
Mr. Perillo? Mr. Oliver?
Yes.
Mr. Bermudez?
Yes.
Mr. Griffin?
Yes.
Mr. Walter?
Yes.
Mr. Pete?
Yes.
Mr. Webster?
Yes. G, transportation runs for the district for 15-16. So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Ms. Hudak?
Yes.
Mr. Perillo? Mr. Oliver?
Yes.
Mr. Bermudez?
Yes.
Mr. Griffin?
Yes.
Mr. Walter?
Yes.
Mr. Pete?
Yes.
Mr. Webster?
Yes. Section 2A, administrative, numbers 1 through 3.
So moved. Second.
Roll call.
Ms. Hudak?
Yes.
Mr. Perillo? Mr. Oliver?
Yes.
Mr. Bermudez?
Yes.
Mr. Griffin?
Yes.
Mr. Walter?
Yes.
Mr. Pete? Mr. Webster?
Yes, and just a comment on the Renaissance Adoption Community. I think this is like the 3rd or 4th year in a row that they donated a substantial amount of supplies to the district. So thank you to that community. Alice, you're involved with them.
Yes, I did. Got the opportunity to go and thank them the other day, and I think it's been even a lot longer than that they've been involved in. So it was very nice.
And with that, I just want to say congratulations to Diane.
Absolutely. E, personnel numbers 1 through 1 through 47. Roll call.
Ms. Hudak?
Yes.
Mr. Perillo?
Yes.
Mr. Oliver?
Yes.
Mr. Bermudez?
Yes.
Mr. Griffin?
Yes.
Mr. Walter?
Yes.
Mr. Pete?
Yes.
Mr. Webster?
Yes. C, student personnel number 1. Speech language studentship at Ridgeway. I'll move it.
Second.
Roll call.
Ms. Hudak?
Yes.
Mr. Perillo? Mr. Oliver?
Yes.
Mr. Bermudez?
Yes.
Mr. Griffin?
Yes.
Mr. Walter?
Yes.
Mr. Pete? Mr. Webster?
Yes. Special services, D, district pleasant.
Make a motion.
Second.
Discussion. What level, grade level is this student and what school are they?
That particular child's already in a placement out of district. We're changing them from one placement to another.
Okay, where are they going to now?
They're going to Ocean Academy.
Okay, thank you.
Any other discussion or questions? Roll call, please.
Ms. Hudak?
Yes.
Mr. Perillo? Mr. Oliver?
Yes.
Mr. Bermudez?
Yes.
Mr. Griffin?
Yes.
Mr. Walter?
Yes.
Mr. Pete?
Yes.
Mr. Webster?
Yes. Section 3A, finance, numbers 1 through 5. So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Hudak?
Yes.
Mr. Perillo? Mr. Oliver?
Yes.
Mr. Bermudez?
Yes.
Mr. Griffin?
Yes.
Mr. Walter?
Yes.
Mr. Pete? Mr. Webster?
Yes. Public participation on any item? Seeing none, is there any other business that the board needs to bring to our attention? Seeing none, none, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion we adjourn to evening.
All in favor? Meeting is adjourned.
I don't have to.